we go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
In the United States, we say Happy New Year. That's crazy. Merry New Year!
Out with the old and with the new. That is so. Look at Gatlinburg.
Hello everyone, Miko here, and now it is the new year. I hope you all had a wonderful 2019. I had a pretty good 2019, some moments better than others, but overall I'd say this was a very good year. So last year I uploaded a video exactly on this date to bring you guys just a teeny little update. The update of my new camera, at the very least. It's been doing good, capturing a lot of good footage. This year, however, there's gonna be quite a bit more updated for the channel. Or should I say, channels. That's right, I'm making new channels. 2 more, to be exact. So the reason I'm making these new channels in the first place is to kind of separate all the things that I do that I would normally put on this channel all the time, because people have told me they like certain things about my channel but not necessarily some of the other things. So these channels are going to be revolving around my 3 hobbies. One of them gaming, obviously, and the second obviously diving. But there's a third hobby that hasn't really been brought to the channel before, simply because I didn't have the means to express myself in this hobby, but now I do, and I'm ready to let you guys know about it. And this third hobby has been kinda sorta hinted throughout my other videos based on the characters that I create myself. Jacob the Brown Fox. And at one point my brother got really close to just saying it.
Oh, the furry mask?
So what does that all mean? Well, it obviously means I'm not a furry.
Are you sure about that?
Okay, maybe that's what it means, especially given, you know, the obvious. So yeah, this is gonna be what one of the channels is gonna kinda revolve around. Just a little bit. There'll still be times where I'm like traveling to other places and doing stuff with family or friends, and I can't exactly wear the suit to those places because they wouldn't really allow that. But I do plan to go to like the furry conventions and do some skits with this suit. Me and Ty are planning on doing a skit for his channel involving me with the suit. We haven't recorded anything just yet, but whenever we do, I'm hoping it's gonna be really good. And I do have a few skits in mind for this channel. I just need to find time and people to do that with me. So I want to take a moment right here. If you're new to the fandom, I kind of want to explain it a little bit. And just for the record, I'm kind of bad at explaining things. Sometimes when I start explaining things, I stutter a lot and get off topic or whatever. But that's kind of what's good about recording it. That I can just cut that stuff out and get to the point I was truly gonna make. So with that in mind, let's continue with this explanation. So a furry is a cartoon style character or an anthropomorphic character, an animal with human-like characteristics, can talk, walk on 2 legs, wear human clothes. I didn't grab the jacket there like I was going to. Use technology, all that kind of stuff. If you've seen the movie Zootopia, you know exactly what a furry is. So with that in mind, you might be wondering why people themselves call themselves furries like I just did the moment you saw me in the suit. It's just a way we associate ourselves with the fandom. Whenever we're saying we're furries, we're saying we're part of the furry fandom. And people who are in the fandom will make their own furry characters. Those characters are typically called their personas. A persona is a character that represents you the best or represents characteristics you wish you had or you want to have. So now you might be thinking, well, this is your persona, this is Miko. We're finally getting a proper introduction to Miko, the name behind the channel. You would be wrong about that. This is not Miko. Just looking at my channel icon, you would know that this is not Miko. This, however, is Miko. I have other characters other than him, but he's the one I refer to as my persona because he's the one who represents me the best. I am having a suit made for him. It's just going to take a few months for them to actually be ready to make him, but whenever they do, I think it's going to be awesome. This is another character entirely. I've named him Willow. I feel like it's a pretty fitting name. This was a pre-made suit. I got him from the dealer's den in Anthro Southeast of 2019. This is my first ever fursuit, and he's kind of great. And there's a whole lot of things to discuss about the fandom, like the conventions and the charities that they support and all kinds of other incredible stuff. But I don't want to drag the video on too long. I still want to get to talking about updates for this channel, so that's why I'll be linking other furry YouTubers down in the description, giving more detail about the fandom. So with that little explanation out of the way, let's get to some of the other updates coming to this and all the other channels. So like I said before, there's going to be a grand total of 3 channels now. This one is going to stay the same as far as gaming. Really the only thing that's going to change is that it's just going to be about gaming content, and the name is also going to change as well to Miko the Gaming Husky. And the second one will revolve around diving videos. That'll be called Miko the Diving Husky. And the third one will be about travel vlogs, furry conventions, skits, all kinds of other stuff that have to do with IRL stuff. That will be called Miko Husky. And there is something I'm planning on doing with all the channels, but most likely it'll just be for Miko Husky and Miko the Diving Husky. And that'll be storytelling about certain events that's happened to me and how I got into things, all kinds of interesting stuff. And if you want to check that out, you'll have to go to my channels wherever those stories will take place. I will, however, give you a little short story right here, right now, and that's the reason I joined this fandom in the first place. And there will probably be a few people out there who think that this fandom is weird, and it is. If you were to compare me to someone dressing up as a stormtrooper, you'd definitely pick me as the weirder one. Pretty much because it's different. But just because it's different doesn't mean it's bad. And certainly because it's weird, it's not bad. I'll give you 3 words to prove that. Weird Al Yankovic. So yeah, compared to others, it's a little bit weirder, but I truly find it as the very good kind of weird, which if you asked me a few years ago, I would have given you a completely different response because I viewed it as the bad weird. But once I started really looking at it and seeing that it's something I actually had a passion for, that's when I discovered it was insanely unique. It's because of this. Picture every single other fandom that exists today. Star Wars, Star Trek, The Walking Dead, My Little Pony, everything else. They're all very creative in their own rights, but they all revolve around a story that was already made, events that had already occurred in those timelines. If you were to make a story of your own from those fandoms, you'd have to go by what was canon from someone who wrote it, directed it, whatever. But with the furry fandom, it doesn't revolve around any TV show, any movie, any book. It revolves around the creativity of the people within the fandom. Whenever you make a character and you want to give them a story, it can be whatever you want. They can do whatever you want. The only limit is your imagination. The only things that are canon in your stories are what you make canon. But if you want to make a story with someone else's character, you'd have to merge what's canon with your story, with what's canon to them, but that's getting a little too technical. So yeah, that's pretty much my reason for being in the fandom. So yeah, I hope you all are cool with this, and if you're a furry, I would kind of hope you're cool with this. Otherwise, I'm doing something very wrong. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for this video, telling you about the new channels, what they're going to be all about, and that there's a new hobby in the fray here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this and are excited for these new updates coming. And if you are, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to this channel, and check out the other YouTubers' links in the description below, and definitely subscribe to them because they're incredibly creative content creators. And be sure to hit the notification bell for every single one of these channels I've mentioned. Have a happy and a tremendous new year, and I will see you guys later in this new year. See ya. Insta cool, I'm telling you.